I'd just like to share with you a little trick I learned when I started doing the trucks. Now, if you're a subcontractor, time is money. If you're on an hourly rate, if you're employed by a company, it don't matter so much, because they go, you just ring the company, you go, I've got to wait for 3 hours, you wait for 3 hours type of thing. But when it's your job, it's your dough, you kind of, I want to get in, I want to get tipped, I want to get out, because I'm getting waiting time, but waiting time is not the same as it would be if I could grab another job. So you want to clear your driving times as much as you possibly can. So what I learned was, if I'm going to be on break for like an hour because there's no other jobs, rather than just sitting there on break for an hour and then get the job and drive off, what I would do is I'd go on break for 3/4 of an hour, clear all of my driving time, and then drive for 1 minute or 2 minutes, because you're driven again. You drive around the corner, put it back on break, get it on break for 15 minutes. That way, throughout the rest of the day, you've only got to take another half-hour break. Whereas if you do the whole hour, and then you go and pick another job up, and you go and then you tipped you off, and you're on your way home, and you realise you're out of driving time, you've got to wait 3/4 of an hour before you can drive again. But if you do the round the corner trick, you've only got to wait for half an hour before you can drive home again. And it's that frustrating thing that we've all had, where I'm at Toddington, I'm 20 minutes away from the yard, I don't really need to pull up here, but actually I do. And sometimes I've had to wait for 3/4 of an hour. So it's a little trick, it's kosher, there's nothing wrong with it. The one thing you've got to do is remember to drive though. What I used to do, made the mistake in the beginning, was if I was just sitting there, I'd 3/4 of an hour clear me break, then I'd put it on hammers for 2 minutes, then I'd put it back on rest, get a 15-minute rest. That doesn't count. You have got to physically drive in between the two. But if you physically drive in between the two, that's fine. And I spoke to, back in the day, my old superhero transport manager, and he said it could even be the case that you've had a rest and then they've asked you to move around the corner, or they've asked you to pull out the yard or something like that. So I do believe it counts. Let me know if it doesn't in the Q&A, and I shall rectify it under the mistakes I made last week section. But it just means, it might save you time in your day. It might mean you can get to that next job rather than not get to that next job, because you've only got to wait for half an hour, not the 3/4 of an hour, and in 3/4 of an hour they'll be shut and you'll be too late. Just might make the difference. And when you're a subcontractor, it counts. Because when you're a subcontractor, it's the ways you need to work out how to take care and take money.